Tavier was born into the service of Helm and grew up in the Order of the Radiant Heart, honing his skills in combat, especially duels. Whereas most combatants train their strength to overcome their foes, Tavier trained to be more agile to better deflect blows and put his opponents off balance. While on a pilgrimage to follow in the footsteps of Ajantis along the Sword Coast, a well-known member of the Order of the Radiant Heart, he was taken by the Nautiloid that had plagued the area. So here is Tavier. He is an Oath of Devotion Paladin. He's a human, which is almost a prerequisite to be a Paladin in the old days. So his class as a Paladin, he's the Oath of Devotion, following the ideal of the Knight in Shining Armour. You act with honour and virtue to protect the weak and pursue the greater good. So this gives him Holy Rebuke, and as a Paladin he gets Lay on Hands and Divine Sense, as well as all these proficiencies. His skills, because he is an Acolyte as his origin, having grown up in the service of Helm, this gives him Religion and Insight automatically, and then he's got Athletics from his training with his weapons, training as a Paladin, and Medicine. He spent some time around clerics in the temples. And then for abilities, basically the idea behind this is a Dexidin, a Dexterity Paladin, so his Dexterity's been put up to 16, Constitution 14, Charisma 16, spread all the others out evenly, and just put one of these up by +1 to Wisdom. Normally I'd put it at +1 to Strength, but trying to be doing something a tiny bit different, it makes very little difference. But here he is. He's probably going to stay in this armor. He wants everyone to know that he's a Paladin. At level 2, he picks the Dueling fighting style because, well, that's his thing. He's been practicing dueling, which adds a bit of damage to his attacks, with +2 damage bonus, which is nice. At level 3, there's nothing to pick, but we do get our Oath of Devotion subclass features, so Sacred Weapon and Turn the Unholy, for example. At level 4, he is not going to put Dexterity +2, he's going to pick Defensive Duelist. Again, leading into the whole duelist sort of thing. So when he's attacked, he has the option to use a reaction to reduce the armor class by proficiency bonus, actually. So at the moment it's +2, but when we get to level 5, it will be +3. And at level 5, there's nothing else to pick. We get our level 2 spells, which is cool, we get extra attack, but yeah, nothing to actually pick here. It is time to look at his items. I'm trying to keep this fairly basic in terms of where we can get these items from, and most of them are from above the Underdark, on the surface. So he's got a helmet. He doesn't want critical hits. He's learned how to fight. He knows critical hits are very, very dangerous, so a very simple helmet. He's stuck with his Scale Mail of Devotion. He wears this with pride, in fact. Gloves of Succor. These aren't actually that amazing, because when it says when you use your Lay on Hands on the target with 50% or less of its hit points left, this is after Lay on Hands has been applied. So this is mostly for strength saving throws +1 in the end. Boots of Striding, so if he's concentrating he gets momentum, which is good. He might be concentrating on some spells actually. While you're concentrating, you cannot be pushed or knocked prone. This isn't working currently. If it was, this would be really, really good. And we get Athletics +1. We've got the Silver Pendant to give us guidance from Helm. He seeks Helm to give him guidance all the time. The only thing from the Underdark is Sunwalker's Gift. He's gone and bought that from the Myconid colony, and this gives him Dark Vision up to 40 feet. The Whispering Promise, in case he does heal someone or himself. As for weapons, a simple Rapier +1. If I was going to include items from all of Early Access, then he would have the Sword of Screams, I think it's called, the Rapier from near. Picking up the Glowing Shields, one of the only magical shields from above ground, I think. So once per short rest, if he's below 50% hit points, he gets 8 temporary hit points when he takes damage. It's a small bonus. And Spell Thief, just because he is proficient with all weapons. And his Dexterity is good, so actually his ranged attacks won't be so bad. And he might get a spell slot back. Also, while we're here, I'm going to look at the spells that he's prepared, because he kind of fits with his theme for some of these anyway. So Shield of Faith, I could imagine him casting this, so he gets hit a bit less. Divine Favour, maybe. Unlikely, to be honest, because I think there are better things to be concentrating on, such as Bless, awesome spell. Command, gets people to do what he wants. And to fit with his theme, Compelled Duel. I don't usually actually use this on a Paladin, but I'm going to try and use it at least once in this video to show you how it works. Thankfully, his Charisma is 16, so his Wisdom save is at least 14. It could be better, but also could be significantly worse. Cure Wounds, a bit of healing, helps with the Whispering Promise as well. Heroism, just in case. He's actually got a lot of spells he can learn, and aren't many spells to be left out. So I'm including some spells that he probably wouldn't use and won't use, but I think it goes in with the theme of a Paladin. And Magic Weapon. Gale's got this also. I might get Gale to cast Magic Weapon on his weapon instead of him, because he's only got 2 level 2 spell slots, the Paladin, and they're more useful for smites. And I want to point out, in reactions, I've turned on Defensive Duelist. to ask every time. And the way this works, I will show you later, but the way this works is it actually reduces a single attack against you by 3. It doesn't really increase your armor class. So it doesn't last for more than 1 attack, it's for a single attack. It's not that amazing. It might be useful in some points. One nice thing about it though is it's a set amount that the attack roll is reduced by 3. So it's not like the Bard's Cutting Words where it's minus 1d8 at level 5. This is a known 3. Alright, I'll get into some fights and show you how he does. So I'm going to rush into this fight, pretending that he doesn't know that there's a bulette about to jump out of the ground. Otherwise he would have prepared Sacred Weapon, maybe even Bless or something. Now, it's coming, so now we're going to cast Sacred Weapon. Sort of shaky camera over there. Can't use Compelled Duel yet. I'm not going to use any of these other spells. Sanctuary is a pretty cool spell. We'll get Shadowheart to try and cast Bless. Hopefully she doesn't lose concentration is all I mean by that. And Kale. Why not? Oh, no. Ooh, I was about to use level 3. I'll use level 3 spell slot. Whoops, never mind. I'll get over that. Alright. Let's see what happens. So here he is. He's going to try and use Compelled Duel. 65% chance. Not that great, but it's some help. Let's try it. It's a bonus action as well, which is really, really nice. I'm still concentrating apparently, which gives me momentum. I'm just going to go for it. You will have to choose when to use a smite or not. At the moment, I don't think it's worth it, so I'm not going to. Probably should have started with Piercing Strike actually. Gaping Wound's nice, because then with a smite... Oh, it doesn't work. Because it's not an attack roll, right? Ooh. Big damage there from Astarion. Certainly going to help. I don't think it's worth using Compelled Duel here because Bulette's probably going to die. So we're just going to go and attack. Now Sacred Weapon has really helped out here, and Bless. Give us a great chance to hit. Let's not react in case we kill him in the next hit. Ooh, we don't. Could have started with Flourish. Doesn't work. Alright. Oh dear. A critical hit on a sneak attack really does help quite a lot. Right, we'll get into some more trouble and see what we can do. Alright, we're gonna get in here. Ooh, he's there. I can't quite make it, so I might have to try and jump to see if that gives us enough movement speed to get there. Doesn't look like it, so at this point, this would be, or would have been a good chance, no, it is a good chance to use Sacred Weapon at the beginning of the fight. Nice thing about it is it doesn't require concentration. Right, back to Tavier's turn. I mean, 75% isn't guaranteed actually. But that does happen there. Alright, looks like we're going to be able to make it. Let's have Compelled Duel then. Try that again. There we are. Also gives us momentum because of the boots. Makes it much easier to get cold, but instead, oh, I can't quite make it. I'm gonna start going after Holvik, so that if Gekh comes up and tries to attack anyone else, they got disadvantage against them. Doesn't mean it's a guaranteed miss. So he's gonna be trying to make everyone fight him instead of anyone else. Interestingly, Gekh didn't actually dash or do anything else, just use some movement to walk. Unfortunately, we cannot, oh dear, compel more than one person at a time to a duel. So we're going to try and take down Holvik. Should be easy enough. 1 hit point away. I'm going to use Divine Smite so I can actually have another attack. Obviously 1 hit point isn't much, but it's nice when they don't get any attacks out. So we've got some corpses. I may as well, with this bonus action, use Divine Sense. Just gives us advantage against them. Also a slightly higher chance of critical hits, since we have advantage. He's still compelled, so he should be running towards, hopefully, our Paladin. No, apparently not. So here I get a chance to use Defensive Duelist. Since it's -3, this would still hit, so I'm not going to react. Lost Compelled Duel. So, what's he going to do? Alright, we have to jump out of these. Going to provoke a lot of opportunity attacks. But we want to get Gekh. Here we go. Don't react. One more. Don't need to react. So we're going to come over here. Just going to see if we should use any of these. Probably not. The commander's always a good choice. Let's start with a piercing strike. Starting to run out of spell slots, so maybe I won't actually use that. And I could use weakening strike using the weapon abilities from the rapier here. Weak grip, in case you didn't know. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and strength saving throws. Pretty cool. Doesn't do much damage. Does allow me to use a smite if I wanted. Again, up to you. I'm not going to do it here. It wouldn't be such a bad choice though. I don't need to do this, but just for the sake of it, because I love it. There we are. Sorted that problem out. And just in case he's around here. There he is. That was a good guess, wasn't it? So now Tavier can come in. Do his thing. 95% chance. But this is with Sacred Weapon and Bless. Don't think we need to do that there. No, don't need to react. Oh, he's raging. Ooh. Even if I had the choice to react, I would not have been able to reduce that down to less than we needed. Alright, he thinks he's going to win. I think otherwise. Because I get a second attack, down he goes. These Duergar down here are very mean, very evil, and we're going to get rid of them because we're a goody-goody paladin. We're going to start with, I'm going to start with magic weapon actually. And sacred weapon. And go. Start with a smite, why not? And to try and make him as good as possible. He's going to try and hide effectively. Here we go. Ooh, critical miss of all the times. Alright. No. Ooh. Yes, please. And hopefully... yeah. Good, don't react. And then we're going to try and use Compel Duel on this other Duergar. It's not very likely to work. And I don't think I've got Bane ready. So, just going to try it. There we are. Walk away from the others. So because of Compelled Duel, what's he going to do? Still going to go for him. Brilliant. Right. They need 20 to hit. They rolled a 17. No need to react. They rolled an 18. No need to react. And then we can get this duel going. Alright, piercing strike. He is going down. No need for any smites whatsoever. We will take him down. No doubt about it. So the whole point here is he's got single target damage. It was never going to be fair 4-on-1. With a bit of help from haste, he does particularly well. Let's have a short rest. And while we've still got haste going, we've got another 6 or 7 turns of it. Gonna take out a couple more Duergar, I think. Why shouldn't we?
It's you attacked someone.
Duergar are not very nice. 10. I just hope Gale... Yeah, Gale can just wait down there. Right, look at this. These are 20. They've rolled a 20. Defensive duelist. Missed. Alright, Ward Pistol goes next. Let's see if we can take this one out.
Quite exhausted.
I'm running out of spell slots, so we're going to be very sparing with using them. But looks like we don't really need them. One down. May as well use Flourish here. And we can even, if we wanted to, use Divine Smite with Flourish. We're not going to though. We've got a 16. No. No. Haste here increases his armor class by 2, which is very, very useful. Since I took a short rest. Don't need any more spell slots, that's for sure. Look at all this damage. Boom. Don't react. Let me know what you think of this Paladin. He's a goody-goody two-shoes. He's fairly decent at one-on-one combat. As with most Paladins, not great with area of effect. Tried to stick to a kind of a theme of him being a duelist, defensive duelist, compelled duel. Got a rapier, he's got the dueling fighting style. Thank you very much for watching. Also, thank you to all the members of this channel. If you made it this far, please do consider subscribing, and hopefully, I'll catch you in the next one.
You attacked someone.